Hey guys, so today I'm going to be filming a tutorial for this mushroom design, which I feel like everyone forgot was even my design. I've had some people, because I've been making mushrooms on like Instagram lives and stuff, be like, oh my god, whose design is that? And yeah, it's mine. I even forgot about it for a while. So this is the first version of this design, and this was me trying to make it, and then I made it too square, and this is like the final version. So this is the one I'll be showing you today. This version. There's also a lot of different things. I kind of tried to give him polka dots, but I didn't finish, so I'll finish doing that later. But you could totally try to do like polka dots on him, or you could just do it all one color. And actually today I'm going to be making a like multicolored mushroom. I don't know why I didn't do different colors before. Like, why was I doing one solid color? I don't know. But yeah, I really like this design, and I think it's pretty easy because I've noticed a lot of beginners have problems with designs that are a little bit tighter, and this design doesn't get too tight. There is a lot of like things we do with different rows, but if you followed a couple of my tutorials and you kind of know what terms I use, you should probably be okay. But yeah, I think that's it. So we will get started. Of course, you're gonna need a C-clip to mark your rows, whatever colors you want, and if you want to use beads for eyes, you're gonna need to get your beads. I already have mine. And you're going to need a hook. Of course, I'm always using my double-ended hook, but you could use any hook. I really like this hook. Yeah, oh, the band count, that's what I'm forgetting. So it's not too band heavy. The whole mushroom is about 219 bands. I think this is a couple off because I have a feeling some of my numbers are wrong, but I'll fix. It's fine. It's probably off by like 10 bands, my guess is. If it is off. So the mushroom, like the top part color, is 149 bands, and then it's about 70 white. But yeah, so like I said, these were just kind of here to show like different things you could do because you could put little dots. But this is like the final version that I will be showing you how to do today. Yes. And there's also like no attaching for this design, so if you don't like attaching, literally all we attach is the eyeballs, which is kind of hard to believe because it looks like you'd attach more. I don't know. But yes. Wait, was there something else I was gonna say? I feel like I'm forgetting something. No, I think that is it. Of course, if you're ever getting confused at any point, the pattern will be in the description along with band count and everything. But yeah, so like I said, today I will be using this just mix of neon. I'm not really gonna plan where I'm placing them. I'm just going to be grabbing them randomly. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. I guess I should pick up some bands. Like, I'm starting to pick them up in order. I just need to not care. Just put some bands on my finger. It's just I don't want any of like the two of the same color next to each other. Like, I don't really care what order I'm putting them in, as long as there's not two next to each other. Okay. So to start, we're gonna be wrapping a band 3 times. Let me make sure this is focused real quick. There we go. We're going to be wrapping a band 3 times around our hook. So this is 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then we're going to get another band. We're going to pull it through everything on our hook. Put both ends back on. And then push the back one over the front one. Like that. I'm sorry, I have to keep pausing to like clear my throat. I don't know what's up with my voice today. It just kind of feels weird. Like, I'm not sick or anything. I think it's just like allergies. My voice just feels like it's going already. And I'm like, I just started filming, so that's fun. But yeah, so if you already know what we're doing, we're going to be doing like a magic ring or whatever with 5 stitches in it, but I'll keep explaining in case nobody knows what's going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back through the cat band. We're going to get another band. We're going to pull it through just the cat band, so not everything on our hook this time, just the, just the cat band. And then we'll put both ends back on, and then you push the back one over the front one, like that. And then you'll push the loop from last time over as well. And we're going to do the exact same thing we just did 3 more times, so we have 5 loops total. So we go back into the cat band. I'm trying to stay in the center. For some reason I keep going off that way. I'm going to pull a band through just the cat band, put the back one over the front one, and then put that other loop over as well. We do that 2 more times. I just realized I forgot to explain for that one. So we're just going through the cat band. These bands are really sticky. Pull the band through just the cat band, push the back one over the front one, and then push that other loop over. So that was 5 for me. So if you want to double check you have 5, what you're going to do is you're going to count the one on your hook. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one might look like a loop, but it's not a loop because if you look at it, you can tell it's just part of that band bent over. Especially if you're using different colors, you'll be able to tell where it ends, but if you're not, it can get a little confusing. Okay, so once you're sure you have 5 bands, well 5 loops, you're just going to go in, instead of going into the cat band, you'll go into the first band here. You'll pull a band through, just like if this was a cat band, you just pull it just through those 2 loops. And then you'll push the back one over the front one, and then push that other loop over, and then we'll be putting our C-clip on this band to mark our rows, so like that. So now this row will be increasing everything, and I'll show you what an increase is. I'm just going to pick up a couple more bands. These bands are so stuck together as well, so it's taking me longer to pick them up. I probably should have used different colors, but I thought these would be fun to use also because I have a lot of these, because Rainbowloom always puts these on sale for some reason. I think they just have a lot of them as well. So what an increase is basically we'll be putting 2, my brain keeps blanking out. We're going to be putting 2 stitches in each one of these loops all the way around until we get back to the C-clip. So this one already has 1 stitch in it, so we have to go back in, I don't want it to be pink, and do another one. So we'll pull a band once through the loop, put the back one over the front one, and then push that other loop over. And then since this one already has 2 in it, we'll go into the next one. And we'll make a stitch. I'm sorry, I feel like my thumb keeps getting in the way. And then we'll go back in and make another stitch. And that's an increase. And we're going to just keep doing this all the way around, so you'll go into the next stitch. Well, not the next stitch, the next loop, and you'll put 2 stitches in it. So that was 1. We go back in and put another one. I really should have used different bands. My gosh, these are sticky. But yeah, we're just putting 2 stitches in every single loop until we get back to the C-clip, which is increasing, by the way. So whenever you put 2 stitches in one loop, that's an increase. But since we're increasing all the way around, we're doing it in every single loop until we get to the C-clip. And then once you get to the C-clip, you'll just go through the band that has a C-clip on it. Now we'll let it be pink. Make a stitch and then move the C-clip up. Like that. So now for the next row, we are just going to be doing 1 row normal. So we're just going to be putting 1 stitch in every loop all the way around. We're not increasing, so we're not putting 2. And I just realized I forgot to count after that last row. So after the last row, you should have 10 loops. So if we count them, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to want, I don't know if you saw me, but you do count the one on your hook. And I'm just going to be picking up some bands really quickly. I'm trying to get different colors. Not really different colors, just making sure the colors aren't in the same order. Okay. So we're just going to be doing 1 row around this. So we're just going to be putting 1 stitch in every loop until we get back to the C-clip. These are also called, I think, single crochets and other patterns. I don't know if that's helpful to anybody. But yeah, we're just putting 1 stitch in every loop until we get back to the C-clip. I don't know why I'm having a hard time explaining today. Some days it's just like that with tutorials, and I have to like remember what I'm saying, but hopefully this tutorial will turn out okay. Yeah, so we're just putting 1 stitch in every loop until we get back to the C-clip. And I'm trying to keep my thumb out of the way so you can see what I'm doing, but these bands are a little sticky, so it's kind of challenging. These are silicone bands. Silicone bands are always a little bit stickier, but I thought they would be pretty for a mushroom. I also really, like, after I realized when I made the the blue one I showed at the start, that I could have made it with, like, the purple glow bands. It would have been, like, different colors, and it would have all been glowy, and that would have been cool. Because I don't know why. You just, like, I associate mushrooms at least with, like, glowiness, I guess. But yeah. Once you get to the C-clip, you'll just make a stitch in the band that has a C-clip on it, and then move the C-clip up. And then after that last row, we should have 10 loops still. So if we count them again, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we shouldn't have increased anything. You should still have 10 loops. So now we are going to be increasing every other stitch. So we're increasing again, but we'll be doing an increase and then one stitch normal and then an increase again. And I'm picking up bands again. These really sticky bands. I don't know why I thought I'll use silicone bands in a tutorial. Great idea, but it's too late. I'm doing it. I also really like the colors. I feel like I've said this a bunch of times, but yeah. Okay, so this is one. So on the next one, we do an increase. So you're going to put 2 stitches in this loop. And then because we just did an increase, we're just going to do one normal. So just a single one in this one. And then we'll go into the next loop and do an increase. And we just keep doing this all the way around. Oops. Gosh. So because I just did an increase, I'll just do one single or normal. And then the next one I'll do an increase, so we'll put 2 in this one. We just keep doing this until we get to the C-clip. Almost there, but I'm running out of bands on my hand. Okay. Almost at the C-clip. You get one more. And then once you get to the band with the C-clip, we'll just move it up as we've been doing. Okay. So because we increased, now we should have 15 stitches all the way around. So we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Like that. So now we're going to be increasing some more. We'll be increasing every 3rd stitch this time. So we'll be doing 2 singles and then an increase or 2 normal. I say normal, but I've been saying single lately because I feel like more people know what I mean by that. But then again, if you've been watching my channel for a long time or have made a few of my designs, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. It's taking me a little longer, this tutorial, to put bands, like, on my fingers because I'm making sure that there's no two of the same color next to each other. Like, I don't care what order they're in as long as there's not 2 next to each other. Okay, so like I said, we'll be increasing every 3rd this row. So this is 1, so the next one would be 2. So we just do another single one. Oops. And then on this one, we do an increase, so we put 2 stitches in this loop. And then we'll just do 2 single or normal ones again. So we're just putting 1 in each loop for the next 2. And then we'll do an increase, so we put 2 stitches in this one loop. And we just keep doing that. So you just do 2 single or normal, and then you do an increase. These bands really are sticky, so I just did an increase, so I'll go 1, and then 2, and then this next one would be an increase, but I need to pick up one more band. I need to pick up some more bands already. I do like the color of this mushroom though. I feel like he's gonna look cute. These bands are like all stuck together. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of a pain. I'm probably gonna have to stay on camera for this whole mushroom too, because it's a lot of, like, it's not a complicated design, I would say. It's just there's a lot of like increasing and decreasing just to get its shape, but I don't think it's difficult. We're almost there. I feel like this tutorial, maybe some people will finally be happy because I'm going slower because of these sticky bands. Maybe I should just use sticky bands in every tutorial. I don't think I go fast though. Okay, now we're back to the C-clip, so we'll just move it up. After this row, we should be at 20 loops, so if we count, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now we are going to be doing 2 rows that are just normal, so we'll just be doing singles or whatever the heck you call it in every single stitch for 2 rows. So after each of the 2 rows, you should still have 20 loops, no increasing or anything, and I'll show you what I mean after I pick up some of these bands, which takes me a second because they're sticky. I'll probably stay on for the 2 rows as well because I don't know, I'll just stay on camera. Okay, oops. Okay. So we're just going to be putting 1 stitch in every loop all the way around for 2 rows. And I usually call these 2 rows that are normal because you're not increasing or anything, you're just going around. But yeah, so we're just putting 1 stitch in every loop until we get back to the C-clip, and we do this for 2 rows. I'm trying to think if there's something I could talk about while I do this. Anything interesting happened to me? The only thing I've been doing a lot of this past week, just because I've been bored or whatever, I've had a little bit of an easier time with homework as well. Like I have it's my Drawing 2 class that gives me all my homework. So this past week we have a bit of an easier drawing and he gave us a lot of time to do it. So I haven't been slacking on the drawing. The drawing's actually almost done at this point. But I've been able to do more fun things instead of just drawing like every day. So I've been going on Instagram Live a lot. So if you want to see me on Instagram, you can follow me. And I've been joining other people's lives. I joined Evelyn, the nerdy, I think, is it the nerdy? I think she makes cool Star Wars figures. I joined her live the other day. And then there was Hydra Looms. I also joined her live. And I've been wanting to join some other people's, but some of the people's I want to join, they always go live right when I'm about to work on my drawing. So I haven't yet, but it is fun doing lives. So that's been fun. It is really nice having a little bit of break from drawing homework though, even though I think it's funny because like my family always laughs. Like I remember after I finished my first semester of art classes, my little brother was like, "Wow, you're free from your art classes just so you can do more art on your own." And it's like, yeah, but it's kind of like what I want to do, not what my teacher assigns. So it makes it feel like, I guess that's like homework. But yeah. Okay, we're almost there. It does take a second to go around this just because it's kind of big. This right here is as big as it gets. We're almost there. There we go. So that was one row. And after that row, we should still have 20 loops, so I'll count really quick just to show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we're going to want to do that exact same thing we just did again. Like I said, I'll be staying on camera to do it, but I'm just going to pick up some bands really quick. I paused this stuff to get more bands, but I am back. And I already put bands on my finger, so you don't have to wait for me to do that. But like I said, we're doing 2 rows, just normal, so we already did 1, so we're going to want to do 1 more. And we're just doing the same thing. We're just putting 1 stitch in every loop until we get to the C-clip, and after this row, we should still have 20. But I decided to stay on camera. Usually, I'll stay on camera just to do 2 rows whenever it's a thing with a lot of rows, because in case anyone's confused, but because we're only doing 2 rows like this, I just figured I'll stay on the whole time, I guess. Let's see. I always feel like whenever there's awkward pauses, instead of just like looming in silence, I should talk about something. So I'm trying to think what else has been going on, but not much. Not much. Oh, actually at the end I'll probably show you a design. I posted it on Instagram, but I know not everybody follows me on Instagram, so I'll probably show some of my designs that should be coming out soon at the end. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I have a couple videos I'm planning to do. Like, I swear my schedule is literally full until December. I have plans of, like, things I want to do for this channel. Some more fun videos, but, like, tutorial-wise, I'm literally, like, I have tutorials I plan on making till January. And that's without me making any new designs between now and then, which we all know will probably happen. I want to make some Christmas designs. I have some ideas. I'm really excited. My gingerbread design, though, I've already seen some people make it. And they're all so cute. I love seeing people make my designs. It is so cool. Like, literally, if you ever make any of my stuff, even if you don't have a Loom account, if you just want to send me, like, a photo of it, I would really appreciate it, because I always appreciate whenever I see people make my things, because I still think it's, like, so insane that people actually make my things. Like, I know you're watching this tutorial and probably making it, and you're like, why is that weird? But for me, I guess as a designer, it's just so weird to see, like, someone else made something I designed. It's, like, the weirdest thing, / like, the coolest thing, but I love seeing, I like it. It's, like, the best part about doing these tutorials is seeing when someone else makes something you've made, and when it turns out, like, really good, or, like, it turns out better than you did. That's so fun. This row takes so long. Another thing I've been doing that's kind of, like, I really shouldn't, because I usually will watch my tutorials all the way through before I post them, just to make sure I didn't say anything too weird, which I usually don't, or to make sure I didn't mess up any instructions. But because of school, I haven't had time, so usually I'll film a tutorial. I will make sure the start and end usually make sense, because I've gotten pretty good at explaining in the middle, and then I don't watch it, which I feel like is, I really shouldn't do that, but I do. So yeah, I probably didn't watch this one through either, so if there's any weird bit in the tutorial, or any of my past, 5 tutorials, let me know, because I probably didn't watch it through. I've literally been putting in the description of my videos, like, if I said anything weird in here, or if I messed anything up, let me know, because I didn't watch this through. But we are finally done with the 2 rows, so if you left for the 2 rows, and you're now back, this is what your mushroom should look like after the 2 rows, something like this. Okay, I'm really happy I did these colors, I really like it, but yes. So we're almost done with the top, so now we're going to be doing this row that makes the edge bit here, and it's actually a really easy row. I've seen some people being like, oh my god, that looks so hard. Nah, it's pretty easy. So I'm just going to pick up some bands real quick. And also, I forgot to count this row, but after the past 2 rows we just did, you should still have 20 bands. So Yeah, you can count if you want to double check to make sure you didn't accidentally increase anywhere. But I know I have 20, so I'm just gonna leave it. I should probably, no, I'm not gonna double check. I know I did it correctly, or at least hopefully I did. Okay, so this next row is a lot like the last row, but the only difference between, I don't know why there's like a sunny spot right here suddenly, but the only difference between this row and the last row is instead, we were basically doing 1 stitch in every loop around. I call this a half row, so if you're looking at the pattern description being like, what the heck is that? This is what that is. But basically, instead of grabbing the full loop this time, you're only going to grab the, I usually say this is the front half or like the inner half, and you're just going to make a stitch on that one loop, or one part of the loop. It's like one band on your hook, I guess. So it's the same thing we do last row. We're just doing 1 stitch in every loop around for like I said, this is the half row. But the only difference is we're only grabbing the front or inner half of the loop. We're going to want to do this all the way around. So we're just grabbing the inner half and making a stitch in it. And we just do this until we get back to the C-clip. Yeah. I feel like this row is pretty easy. I hope you understand what I'm doing. Trying to keep my fingers out of the way. So we're just grabbing the inner half and making a stitch on it. So you're just basically not grabbing the whole loop. These rows really do take a second just because of how big it is at this point. I also don't know why there's a random spot of sun. It's annoying me. Okay. I'm picking up bands. I swear these bands are so sticky. It takes me so long to pick them up. Okay. So we're just going to continue going around, just grabbing the inner, or I say front half. I'm so tempted to make a baby mushroom version of this design. I know exactly how to do it, I just haven't had time to do it yet. But I do feel like this design isn't too band heavy. None of my designs are actually too band heavy. I think there's only like the witch is pretty band heavy, and I think that octopus I made, the bigger one, that one takes almost like half a pack. So those are like my 2 more band heavy designs, but almost everything else isn't too bad. Or it's like split up between the colors, so it's not too bad. Okay. Once you get to the C-clip, I usually don't do like a half thing. I'll just go through the full C-clip. And then move the C-clip up. So for this next row, we are going to be decreasing every 3rd stitch. So it's just like when we increase on the 3rd, where we do 2 single or normal ones, but we'll be doing a decrease instead of an increase. And also after that last row, you should have 20 bands still. It's just we only went through half, so it kind of looks funky right now, but it'll make more sense in a second. But if you count, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes, so I'm going to pick up some bands, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, I also just paused to put the bands on my finger because I also needed water. My voice is kind of going. Kind of, sort of, not really. And like I said, we'll be decreasing every 3rd. So this is 1. This is 2. We're just going to do a normal one in this one. And then on this 3rd one, we're going to do a decrease. So what a decrease is you're going to grab, I'm trying to get out of that sunspot. You're going to grab the front part of the first loop and the back part of the next loop. And then you'll make a stitch in that. And that's a decrease. So I'll show you again, but first we have to do 2 normal or single, so we just go 1, 2, and then this third one would be a decrease. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the front part of the first loop and the back part of the next loop and make a stitch on that. And we just keep doing this all the way around. So do 2 single or normal, 1, 2, and then of course on the third one we do a decrease, so we go the front part of the first loop, back part of the next loop. Just keep doing this. Luckily this design should go a lot faster once we get to the bottom bit because it's not as wide, so you can loom pretty fast. Also because I will no longer be using these sticky bands that are slowing me down. Need more bands. Okay. So what I just did a decrease. So we'll do 1, 2, and the last one before you do the C-clip, like the last 2 bands should be a decrease, if that makes sense. Like the one is right before the C-clip. And then once you get to the C-clip, you'll just make a stitch and move it up. I swear these bands are so sticky. Okay, oops. Don't pull your hook out. My C-clip just was not going on. Okay, so after that row, you should have 15 stitches, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And actually now it should start being like the mushroom shape at this point. I'm just going to check something. Okay, so after that last row, we should have 15 like I said before. But now, as you can see, I already have my white out. We are going to be switching to the white. So we're going to be doing a half row again, but this time we are also going to be decreasing in the half row. And I'll show you how we do that. Also, the half row is a little bit different this time because last time when we did the half row, we grabbed the inner loop. This time we're going to be grabbing the outer loop. So, my white. So we're going to be decreasing every 5th as well as doing the half row. So this would be 1, and I don't do anything fancy to switch colors, I just start going with the other color. Oh right, but it's also a half row, so we have to remember to only grab the, let me make sure my camera's focused. The sun is kind of getting annoying, but I feel like you guys can still see what I'm doing. Because it's also a half row, like I said, we're going to only, instead of grabbing this inner loop, or like the inner half, you're just going to grab the outer half. And make a stitch. And this one was 1, so this is 2. Like I said, because we're decreasing on the 5th, so we have to count. So it would be 3. So we're just grabbing the outer half. 4. And then, because this one was a decrease, we kind of just ignore what we're doing. We grab the inner half of the first loop, and the back half of the next loop, and we make a stitch. And we just keep doing this, so we gotta do 4 normal ones before our next decrease, so we're just gonna grab the outer half of the bands. We're just gonna keep doing this all the way around, so we're just grabbing the, I forgot to count as well. So this is actually my 4th one, so the next one will be a decrease. So once again, we'll just do a decrease like normal. Basically not like we're doing a half row is what I mean by normal. And then on these next ones, we'll just keep doing our half row, so we just keep making single stitches, but only in the back half. And then once we get to the C-clip, I usually on the C-clip band, I don't do anything fancy. I just go through the full loop and move up the C-clip. Like that. So that is probably the most confusing row in this whole thing, but after that row you should have 13 loops. So if we can, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now we are just going to be doing one row around this smaller thing. I'm just making sure I'm doing this correctly because I wrote down my pattern like an absolute loon. Like I actually did it wrong, have to refilm this bit. And it's just because I wrote my pattern like a loon, which is, I wrote it in pen and then I was fixing it with pencil because I did some things wrong. And it looks like a mess. Yeah. But we were just going to be doing one row normal around this, so we're just putting one stitch in every loop until we get back to the C-clip. And because we're not doing a half row anymore, in fact, that was the last row, half row for this whole thing, you go through the full loop. Oh my god, that sunspot's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to try to go to a spot where there is no sun. But yeah, we're just putting one stitch in every loop until we get back to the C-clip. We're already almost done, actually. This mushroom comes together really quickly after we do the top. The top takes the longest, obviously, because it's like the biggest part. And, it does look a little bit weird at the moment. Like, this bottom part probably won't look as flat for you, but it's just because we're looming, so we're kind of like pulling on this. But once you finish it, you'll be able to squish it how you want it, and it'll be fine. I just wanted to say that, because even when I was, like, trying to figure out what I did with the pattern, I'm like, why is it sticking out? And it's just because you're looming it. Like, right after you loom it, it'll do the nice, like, this thing, so it has, like, a nice edge bit. But it does that, after you're done looming it. Okay, so I'm back at the C-clip. And we're just going to move the C-clip up. And after that last row, we should still have 13, so, because we just did one row normal, so we didn't do anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And now we are going to be increasing again, and we're going to be increasing every 5th. So we go back to 15, basically. And I'm just picking up some bands really quickly. So, increasing on the 5th. So it's the same thing as when we decreased on the 5th. Well, not exactly, because we're not doing a half row, but you just do 4 singles and then an increase. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. I could go through that loop. And then we'll do an increase. So we'll be putting 2 stitches in this one loop. And then we'll do 4 single again. So 1, 2, 3. This one's 4. Then we do an increase in this next one. And then after this increase we just did, there's not 5 loops left, so we just do singles until you get to the C-clip. The sun is really not helping this tutorial. I'm trying to stay out of it, so that way you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, and then once you get to the C-clip, of course, we'll just make a stitch and move it up. Okay. So let me check my pattern real quick. Okay, I was just making sure I was reading my pattern correctly. Like I said, this time I wrote my pattern so bad. The pattern will be fixed, so if you're looking in the description, that's like my final fixed version of the pattern, not the messy version I wrote in my notebook. But yeah, we're just gonna be doing one row normal around this, so, oh my god, the sun. I'm debating shifting where my camera is, but it's kind of hard for me to do that. But we're just doing one row normal around, so we're just putting one stitch in every loop until we get back to the C-clip, and I'm not gonna explain this too much because we have done so many rows like this. The sun is not helping. I'm gonna have to go into this dark corner over here. Yeah, so we're just doing one stitch every loop until we get back to the C-clip. Almost there. Almost there. I don't know what to talk about. My voice is getting kind of tired, and I still have 2 more videos, I think, to film today. Sometimes I'll like pile up on tutorials, and I have some funner videos I want to do, so I've got to film them all today because I think after these couple videos, I'm going to try to space them out like the way I post them because finals are coming up for me, and I might disappear for like 2 weeks. Well, not these, no, this next week's gonna be pretty busy for me. Not this week, but like, yeah, like after Wednesday, this week is gonna be pretty busy. Yeah, I was just looking at the calendar to see because I'm pretty sure my teacher assigns us our new drawing literally the day before Thanksgiving and then gives us like not very long to hurry up and do it. I just realized that. Well, that's fun. But yeah, I'm sorry, that was just like a random thing. I looked at my calendar and I was like, wait a minute, but back to this. So after that last row, we should still have 15 just like last time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And now we are going to start closing this up. So we're going to be decreasing every 4th stitch. So because we keep doing this, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes. Okay, so this is 1, 2, and then 3, and then on this 4th one we'll do a decrease, so you grab the front part of the first loop, and I'm trying to find a shady spot so you can see the back part of the next loop, and then you just make a stitch. And we just keep doing this all the way around, so you do 3 single ones, or normal ones. So that was 1, this is 2, 3, and then on this one we'll do a decrease, so you grab the front part of the first loop and the back part of the next loop. And then 1, 2, 3, and then on this one we'll do a decrease, so you grab the front part of the first loop, back part of the next loop, make a stitch, and then right after that decrease it should be the C-clip, so you'll just make a stitch on the C-clip and move it up. Like that. I'm also sorry if you really can't see. I'm trying to avoid the sun. Actually, let me reposition my camera a bit so hopefully this is a little better. Okay, I just like shifted my camera this way and it kind of helped, but ignore my notebook in the corner. So after that last row we should have 12 stitches, I think. At least that's what I wrote down. Let's double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then on this next row, we are going to start, actually, right now you're going to want to stuff it, because after this it gets pretty tight, and then stuffing it's going to be a pain. So get your stuffing, and we're just going to stuff it. I also feel like I'm going fast right now, but I feel like I can kind of go fast because it's the end. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just using cotton balls, but that I tore up. But you can use whatever you have. I know a lot of people use just like regular stuffing, which you could use as well. I just always have cotton balls and never. Well, I do have stuffing as well, but like the stuffing is in like a closet, and the cotton balls are more accessible, so I always just get the cotton balls. Yeah, stuffing the mushroom. See, and now you can kind of see, like, he's almost done. It's starting to look more like a mushroom. It's just whenever we loom it, we kind of pull on this bit, so it kind of goes up. But yeah, just stuff him. He does take quite a bit of stuffing, because this top part's really big. Almost done. We are almost there. Okay, I think he needs a little more stuffing still. Okay, that should be good now. So now we're going to be finishing him up. We have about 3 rows left, and then we are done. I'm really hating the sun, and I'm sorry if it's hard to see. I'm trying my best to explain, but I can't get rid of the sun, so not much I can do about it. I'm just going to try to stay in the spots that are a little bit shadier so you can see better. So this row will be decreasing every 3rd stitch, so we do 2. So this is 1, 2, and then on this 3rd one, oh my god, the sun. I'm going to have to kind of stay down here. I hope you guys can still see. And then on this 3rd one, we'll do a decrease. So you're going to grab the inner part of the first loop and the back part of the next loop. Make a stitch. And then we'll do 2 normal or single. 1, 2. And then on this 3rd one, we'll do a decrease. So front part of the first loop, back part of the next loop. We'll just keep going around doing this. So you do 2 normal and then you do a decrease, if that helps. 1, 2. And we'll do a decrease. And then after that, we should be at the C-clip, so you'll just move it up. And after that last row, according to my pattern, we should have 9 loops, so we'll count that really quickly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now we're going to be decreasing every other loop until we get back to the C-clip. So we'll do just 1 normal, 1 decrease, and we just keep doing that. So this is 1, so the next one's a decrease. Then we do 1. We'll do a decrease again. It's really hard for you to see what I'm doing, but it's just because it's so tight and I cannot help that. Then we do 1 normal, and then this one will be a decrease, but I think the last decrease ends on the one with a C-clip on it. So you'll just do a decrease on that band, just like ignore the C-clip. And at this point, because we're pretty much done, we can actually just take the C-clip out, so we don't have to move it up. After that last row, though, you should have 6 bands left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you have one more or one less, if you have one less, if you have one more, you might want to fix it. But if you have one, like say you have 5 instead of 6, it's not a big deal. Because now we're going to just be decreasing everything until it's closed. So every single stitch we do is going to be a decrease. So 1 decrease. I think I'm only going to be able to do like 3 decreases. So 2. Yeah, this next one's going to be the last one. And then how I close it up is I'll pick up the next one, the next decrease, as if I was going to decrease. And then what I'll do is I'll pull a band through everything on my hook. Then put the back one over the front one and pull tight, and then we'll hide the tail. So we just go up into the mushroom somewhere. And then we'll just pull this down in. Like that. And there we go. Usually what I'll do is if you just pinch this kind of all the way around just to make sure that the brim looks good. Yes. And that should be it. That's your mushroom. I'll show you how to do the face, and I'll show you how to put dots on it if you want dots. But the face is pretty simple because it's just eyes. Well, I glued a mouth on, but I'll show you how you can do a mouth. Also, if you don't have, I use a glue gun to glue it on, but if you don't have a glue gun, I'll show you how to do that in a sec. But first, the eyeballs. And you can really put the eyeballs anywhere you want on this guy, but I'll just put mine, go right here. Just tie it in, then hide the tail. Like that. And then we'll go somewhere on the other side of that. You literally just put the eyes wherever you feel like on this guy. I feel like it'll look cute no matter where you put them. It's a very simple but cute design. I also think this design looks cute with just eyeballs. In fact, if you did cheeks, that would probably be cute. Let me show you how you can do cheeks. You could either wrap a band 4 times around your hook for cheeks, or you could also just tie a band in for a cheek. So I'll go like right here. Actually, let's go in front of it. No, yeah, right there. And if you just make like a stitch, but don't pull it super tight, you just leave it, and then, well, you don't pull it like as if you're tying it off. You just pull it tight enough so it stays. You could have a cheek. I actually really like that. I didn't give any of my other mushrooms cheeks. This guy has them. His eye is kind of sticking out weird there. Sometimes it's hard to figure out where to put the other cheek, but I'm going to put it right here. But if you also want bigger cheeks, you can wrap a band 4 times around your hook and pull a band through and then just tie it in like we did the eyes. But it would look cute as its point, but if you want a mouth, if you get a black band and cut it, which I already did, you can just pull it in. I really think he looks cute with just eyes though. You could just pull it in and then get the other side and pull it in as well. And he'll have a mouth. Oh god, mine's kind of crooked, but you get the idea. So you could do that to put a mouth on your mushroom. If you don't have a glue gun, I'm going to pull this out because I like him better with just cheeks. And I'll probably glue a mouth on later. The last thing I was going to show you how to do is just to tie in these things. So let me get some red bands because I don't have any right now. Okay, so I got a red band just to show you on this guy because I'm not going to give him polka dots, but this guy could use some more. So how I did the dots was I just wrapped a band 5 times around my hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you'll pull, oops, it's not focused. There you go. You'll just pull a band through everything that's on your hook. And you can also only wrap it around 4 times if you don't like how tight it is. It's just, I wanted mine to be a little bit tighter. It won't go on. There we go. So you like that. But like I said, really, because wrapping it around 5 times is a little hard. If you don't like it or you're having problems, just wrap it around 4. It's not a big deal. And then you'll just pick a spot where you want a polka dot. And you'll just tie it in like that. And then hide the tail. So that's how you do dots. It's not complicated, it's really simple, but I thought I would just show it in case anyone wanted to know. But I think that is it for this tutorial. So, I hope your mushroom came out okay, and if it does, like, if the brim looks weird because of how you're looming it, just squish it down like this, and it'll look cute. If you make any of these guys, like I said, mid-tutorial, share them with me on Instagram, I love seeing them. Subscribe if you want to see more tutorials from me. Actually, let me show you some stuff that's going to be coming up finally for tutorials for one of them because I know you guys have been asking. So the toucan tutorial will be next for sure. But I also recently made this Yoda. Let me move these out of the way so you can see him better. this Yoda design. Let me know what you think about it, because he probably won't be coming out for a bit because I want to do some things first, but I thought I would show them to you guys. And yeah, but I think that is it. I'm gonna go. I hope your mushrooms turn out okay, which I already said. But yeah, that is it, so bye.